Okay. Alright, this is Mr. Valentine here, and today I want to talk to you about something very special. We're talking about these numbers that lie behind this decimal place right here. Now, we have three numbers right here, and this is as far as students in 5th grade need to go behind the decimal in 5th grade. So what we have here is three places, just like when we talked about the periods. Right behind the decimal, we have three places that have unique value. We have our tenth, which can be written 1 over 10, our hundredths, which that can be written 1 over 100, and our thousandths, which can be written 1 over 1,000. Now, a lot of times kids get confused or scared when they see these numbers because they think, oh my goodness, I don't know what this means. Well, let me show you an example on exactly what these numbers represent. If I was to draw this right here, this is what we would call a grid. Now, with this grid, we can say that this grid was equal to 1. This one grid. So all of these numbers right here behind the decimal are trying to make just the number 1. Just one number. Okay? So I can take this grid and split it up into 10 equal sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go. We have our 10 sections right there. Okay? So, with our 10 sections right here, we see that it would take, if I colored in all 10 of these, that would equal 1. But if I only have one of them colored in, it's 1 out of 10, which is also 0.1, or a tenth. Okay? So if I colored in 3 in here, it would be 3 out of 10, which is equal to 3/10. Okay? So now I want to go ahead and make this grid into something else. I want to break this grid down into 100. So now I'm going to take my 10 areas right here, and I'm going to break them up into 10 more. Now pay close attention that as I make these other 10 areas, it's going to turn into a 100 grid now. Okay? So now this will be equal to a 100 grid. So if I was to shade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. Recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. 11, 12, 13. I can say that that is 13 out of 100. Which is also said as 1,300. Okay? And we can use any number to put into this hundreds grid to show what this value would be here. For instance, if I didn't have this 6 here, I can see that that's 17 hundredths. So I can shade in 10 here, and then 7 here. And that would show 17 over 100. Are they going back in the room? Which is equal to 1,700. Now, if I wanted to break down this grid just a little bit more into the thousand place, I would have to actually put 10 marks within each of these 100 squares. So as you can see, when I do that, each square gets a little bit smaller. That's what's supposed to happen with this when you do decimal places. As you move along to the right, the value gets smaller and smaller and smaller. You can cut now.